I know, but it's one thing, I think
Hello again. So I'm Dulce again, a sister, and I'm not as organized as Robin about always having the right thing to say at the right time or whatever, organized, you know. So I just want to share that sitting here, and even before I drove here, I drove from Ventura County, California. I kept getting images of Robin early morning, first thing when she gets up, feeding the fish in the fish pond. So I wanted to invite everyone. Maybe midday is not the best time to notice the fish pond, but this koi pond was special. It's still special. And it was just her giving energy. Yeah, this is their breakfast, and they're counting on her to show up, I guess. But she was giving them more than that. She and Stephen, they're giving them ongoing protection. Hence, there's the netting and all that. So Stephen did share with me late last year, before we knew Robin had any illness, that maintaining the fish pond is becoming more of a challenge. He's very capable. He has the knowledge, but we're all getting older, right? So, I suggest, well, he can hire it out. But I just want to suggest, I'm not saying anyone here needs to step up and say, oh, I'll do the fish pond. We're all getting older, right? And face challenges. Amen. But all of us, if we can talk to each other about what challenges we face, whether it's a fish pond, maintenance, or something else, I think it may help all of us going forward, but I want it to be helpful to Stephen too. And that's why I decided to stand up here again.
I'm hiring somebody.
Yes, he's on top of it. All right, thank you.
Enterprises.
Fish, you are blessed, and you don't even know that this human is gone, right? All right.
Hello, Bob.
Yeah. So, does anybody...
One of the things that come together when I think of the two of you. Oh, okay. The thing that's had my insight is that when I met Marie, I saw her 1 week, and then I called her up, and from that time, the next week, we were with each other straight through. When you two found each other, you knew it. And it didn't have to, you'd have to have long books or anything like that. You found your mate, and you probably hadn't thought about it 10 weeks earlier or something like that. And the same thing like with Marie. When I saw her, made that phone call for the next week, it was at West Los Angeles. There was about 150 people there, and people were talking to me about other things, about wrestling and everything, all that. And then I got the phone number, gave her a call. The next, we went to this party, and from that day, we were with every night and everything. We found our mate, and we were like in our 30s. So you guys were like a decade earlier, but the thing is, we found that person, and we didn't have that question. We just knew it was work. And I know between the two of you, it worked for you, and you didn't have to do a long list or anything like that. It just pulled together. Thank you.
Hi everybody, I'm Jason Taormino. I was thinking about why I am joyful about being here and going through my memories. The first time I called Stephen Souza, I started talking to him. He said, "Oh, you got the wrong Stephen Souza. He lives on the other side of town." That was, I don't know, 20 years ago or something.
And it's true, there is a...
Yeah, he's a great guy. I am joyful to be here because when I didn't quite realize it, 1980 to now, that's a long time to be married. And it made me reflect on my marriage and how I also grew up with somebody along the way. I'm joyful about the year we spent together playing golf almost every Friday. I'm joyful that I got a call from some people one time saying, what is this Stephen Souza thinking about with all this water stuff? And I said, I can tell you, he's thinking that he's doing the right thing. And if you want to engage with him and take him on his word for what he's doing, he'll engage with you. And I remember having to write that email to this group of people and say, no, he's principled. He's got ideas. And I'm joyful that I was never a member of the Democratic Club of Davis. You're all a bunch of conservative nuts.
Your misfortune.
I'm joyful to be here because the last time we were here, we were having a party for someone who had turned 100. That was wonderful. Most importantly and finally, I'm joyful to be here in communion with all of you for Robin and Stephen. Thank you.
Okay, so
many of you probably have read or haven't read the haikus that I wrote over a period of time. It was
They were wonderful.
It was a story that I wrote of love. Mrs. Bowen put them in a book, but I have not stopped writing them. And in fact, Dr. Maurer here has inspired me to keep writing them.
Well, you inspired me. I didn't know anything about it.
So I wrote one last night, and Dulce and Karen will know this. So, and I'll give you a little backstory because you can't, well, the photo is on the table. Robin did equestrian, and she was fortunate enough in Portola Valley to have a horse, and that horse was named Cherokee. And I saw the photo, and when I saw the photo, I was thinking, that's gotta be a haiku. There's gotta be a haiku in there. And this is what I came up with. Nice thing about haikus, it's very short. They're only 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables. Because of today, I wrote this about today because I knew that we were going to intern Robin, and that's where she's going to be until I join her. Ride, Cherokee, ride. Take the heavenly beauty with you to the gates. Wow. So I want to leave with that and thank you very, very, very much.
Good job. Well done.